Okay, extruder body. This looks like it. Okay, well, we know where the magnets are, but they said to keep these apart, and I think that's because if you don't, they will actually slam into each other and break apart. So I'm going to keep this one over here, and this one we're going to keep just in this little thing here. Looks like a memory card holder. Okay, and then there should be a ball. Plus some other stuff. Okay, so the ball, that's unmistakable. We need 2 of the hexes. Right here. 2 of the squares. Square right there. And then a M3X10. We have tons of things for this one, but let me just check this, make sure I didn't throw something. No, I definitely didn't need this after all. M3X10, our good friend M3X10, that is it. We have one M3X10, just one, and an M3X18. M3X18 here. Okay, I think I'm ready. What are we doing? Extruder body part here, and put M3NS. M3NS. Those are the squares. Take the M3NS and insert it in the extruder body. Make sure that the nut is all the way in. Make sure the nut is all the way in. And I remember this part being easier if I just used a pair of scissors to help it along. Yep. That is in there. So please correct alignment of LUTs using the Allen key. Okay. That part is in. Secure the nut using an M3X10. Later on we need to add it, so don't secure it too much. We're going to use our good friend M3X10 screw to put right here, and we're going to leave this very, very loose, because we'll need to do stuff with it later. But it does have to go in at least. Alright, it is in and pretty loose, might I add, but it is definitely screwed into something there. And we'll deal with it later. Take M3N nuts, we know those as hex nuts now, and insert them. This material is actually a little harder than the other one, so. Okay. Put it there, and now top part here. Insert one M3N S nut. I'm guessing S means square nut, all the way in there. And just put that all the way in there. Use the screw pulling technique. Flip the extruder. Okay, place. Take the smaller magnet and insert it carefully into the M3S lever. Big magnet gets all the way over there. Majority of the magnet will be hidden inside the printed part. That is completely fine. And great. Now, insert the lever into the body. Secure the part with an M3X 310. Tighten it, but ensure that it can still move. Still movable. I don't know how tight they want it to be, but it's still movable, and that's maybe a little troublesome. Okay. Make sure the lever can still move perfectly. Make sure the following procedure is done right, otherwise the filament sensor will not work. Insert the bigger magnet into the extruder body. It will stick out. We want them to be repelling each other also. Oh boy. So that is pulling, and this is repelling. Oh, I see. It's pushing back. It's almost like a spring system, but with magnets instead. Thus the lever is pushed to the right. That is completely fine. Okay. If I got that part, that might have been difficult to remove actually. Take the printed part adapter printer and insert the steel ball in it. Steel balls in here. Roll with the ball to all sides to make sure it's smooth movement. Okay, not so smooth. There's some just loose filament in here. Great. Roll the ball to all sides to ensure smooth movement. In case of any rough surface, remove the ball and clean the inside of the printed part. Place the printer part together with the steel ball in the extruder body. See the rounded protrusion on the printed part. It should fit in the groove in the extruder body. The surfaces of both parts should be almost aligned. And this would be where? The two magnets are here facing me. This part should look like it's coming in like this. And we should be bringing this over here. This should go in like that. Oh. Don't use any screw to secure the adapter printer. It should hold inside the extruder body by itself. Okay. Extruder motor parts preparation. Following steps, please prepare. Motor. And we are actually done with the motor assembly, so now that means behind the camera it goes. Motor assembly here. Extruder motor plate. Extruder motor plate looks like, where is it? Is it this one? Oh, it is this one. Okay. Extruder motor plate. And then M3X, our good old friend M3X10. M3X10. That's perfect. And are you also an M3X10? You are also an M3X10. Attention, there is a set of Bond Tech gears. Make sure you have all the parts and you are using the correct ones. Here, what is it? Bond Tech gear set. Great. Should have two of those things, a rod, yep, two of those things, and then there is one small squiggly little thing there. I'm concerned that that is supposed to be somewhere and they might have fallen off. But I guess we'll see from there. Use now bond gear with a set screw. If the screw is out, gently screw it in, then leave space inside for the shaft. The screw is in, so that's good. Use now the Bond Tech gear with the screw, with a set screw. Use later Bond Tech without a set screw, bearings and a shaft. Keep the bearings somewhere safe. They tend to roll away. We're just going to keep you in the box, or the little packet there. In the upcoming steps, always check the pictures to ensure the correct orientation of the Bond Tech gears. Always double check your work. Oh boy, this is looking spicy. First of all, these are more Z-axis things. You guys gotta go behind. Okay, take the extruder motor plate and secure it using two M3X10 screws. M3X10 screws are here, the two ones we set aside, and they're meant to go here and here, I believe. Here and here. This part is in the middle, this part is coming out, this part is on here, and we're going to go on here. Resist the temptation to place the screw in the third hole. Leave it for later. Rotate the shaft as in the picture. The flat part must face in the direction of the arrow. That is good. Slide the gear on the gear shaft. The set screw must be facing the flat part of the shaft. Tighten the screw slightly. Okay, this is going to go upside down and then on here with that part facing in. And we're going to see if this is the one. This probably is the one. Tighten this one just a little bit there. Okay, they are pretty secured on that side. And oh, it's, how deep am I supposed to go with this? There is a channel for the filament inside the printed part. Align approximately the teeth on the gear with it. I think you should have told me that before I tightened the screw. Slightly tightened, still moving, that's completely fine. Okay, don't tighten the screw just yet, we will align it properly. First, see the next step. Okay. Bond Tech gear alignment. Take a piece of the, oh. Is this the one? They knew, because this was in the freaking package as well. So they told us not to touch them. They give you one, or do I need to bring out our own? Take a piece of the 1.75 filament. You can use the bundled one on a spool. Didn't give us any extras, so we had to open up our own. Let's just see if we need to do that. I guess we'll just open this since we need it. And like I said, I didn't know, but they did come with a basic filament, so I actually have one extra color now. Colors are important because of some of the things I'm making, but it's nice to have another color, because I was going to buy another color and I am missing one. Give me a second here. So what I did was I just lowered the temperature on there a little bit because it is a little hot in this room, and hot's not really good for the filament, right? So you go there. Let's just get that a little bit. And now, let's do this Bond Tech gear alignment stuff. You can use the bundled one on a spool. Don't use the black nylon, which is too thick. Straighten the filament as much as possible. Place the filament on the path and align the gear accordingly. Seems pretty good for it. I'm trying to just align this area here like that. But I'm not seeing any problems with it so far. I mean, I think it's fine. Filament will always be slightly bent. Use it anyway for initial alignment. For a final check, place the filament with an Allen key. Bear in mind the key has slightly different size than the filament. That's completely fine. Seems okay to me. Tighten the screws. Tighten the screw temporarily to fix it. We will try to check. Okay, before you can strip the thread. Okay, I think I'll just leave it there. We have the extruder preparation, so for this part we're going to go this one and then an M3S, which we know now is the M3N, but square. Nut. Place the nut inside, and that's about it. Okay, maybe needs to go in a bit more. There you go, perfect match. Okay, slide the nut all the way in, ensure the correct alignment using the Allen key. Leave the hole on the arm empty for now. We will use it later while assembling a print fan. Exciting. Okay, I think we're at one of those parts where we need to use a big thing again. For the following steps, please prepare hot end for the MK3S Plus. Where would this thing be? You guys can also go behind the camera. I'm gonna guess is one of these. This is Ellie. This is the extruder box. I'm guessing, since we're working with the extruder, that this is probably the box to open up. So let's go and do that. And here we go. Big boy game player. M3X40. 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 Two M3X40s. And M3X10, always a good old friend M3X10. 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 Completely fine. We will use one M3X40 later on. Keep it around. Don't cut the main zip tie on the hot end cables or remove the rubber band. It makes the assembly easier. Okay, we won't touch that part then. This here, move these there. Too much dust and hair and loose filament apparently. Battery check. 2 bars and we're doing okay. There's a recording at least. Oof. I don't know if we are recording. Let's check here. We are still recording. I don't know why the recording is losing data on it. That's okay. We'll take a mini break when we need to just readjust everything again, and we'll work our way backwards from there. Okay, hot end assembly.